Alrighty, guys. Good to be back. Good to be on. Sorry I couldn't get on yesterday, even though it was a big trading day. I should have gotten on. I just was skiing yesterday. It was a 7-figure day yesterday, but today's still a solid day. Got out of a rut that I was in. I'll go ahead and go over that here in a second, but good to be back. Good to be on. As always, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon alert if I make new videos. I would really, really appreciate that. You guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that, guys. All right, so trading floor. I am going over today's trading day up 125% or 1 point. Small caps. Hopefully you guys are having a great trading day out there. Options. Let's do a little OTC. And I'll do some crypto as well. Alright, guys. Let me go ahead and post this on social media quick. Again, hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Just give me 1 second. I'm setting everything up here. Again, I apologize for yesterday not being able to stream. I went skiing yesterday. I actually got fitted for new skis and went skiing all on the same day. It was a very busy day yesterday. I actually took off the last hour of trading roughly when I locked up my final trades to get me over 7 figures in my truck. I actually sold the rest of my positions to get out over that 7-figure mark in my truck on my phone. So the power of trading, guys, you gotta love it. But let's see here. What's going on, everybody? Please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon alert for making new videos. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, we'll do AMC. All right, cool. We're live there. Now let's go live on TikTok, and then also I gotta go live on Instagram as well. Okay. Okay, there's that. Then we're gonna go live on Instagram as well. All right, we'll do that later. Okay, alrighty, guys. We're live everywhere that we need to be. What's going on, everybody? Good to be on, good to be in. We're going to give it about a minute in total to get everybody on, to get everybody in. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, Anthony? What's going on, Amanda? What's going on, Team Williams? What's going on, Steve? What's going on, Justin? What's going on, Twisted Wrench? What's going on, Lori? What's going on, Jay Cone? What's up, man? Virginia Tech in the house. What's up, man? M4, Graham, Tony, Plush, Tully, KS Patty, Luke, Leah, Trey. What's going on, guys? Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. We'll kind of go over today's trading day here in a moment. Today was kind of it was a red-green day. I started off the day pretty red. I made probably my biggest red trade of my career in one stock. It's the biggest red trade I've taken probably in one stock. It was on AMC. I really thought today was going to be the bounce day, so I sized up, and I lost almost $200,000 in the stock, or more importantly, 20% on the account. So As always, guys, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to alert for making new videos. Those of you guys on Instagram, what's going on? Move that there. TikTok, Bali, Eddie, Rowdy, Ron. What's going on, everybody? You can join me on YouTube Cam the Man if you want. I apologize for not being on yesterday. That's my bad. I just wanted to go skiing, so I got ski fitted. I got fitted for skis yesterday, and then I went skiing all day, and I got home late last night, about 9:30 Pacific Standard, and I went to bed about 10:30. So a little late in bed, but you know, it is what it is, guys. So as always, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel if you can ever make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, and let's go ahead and go over today's trading day, okay? All right, guys. So today, you know, it sounds like a lot of you guys are red. You know, we had a vote that everybody took. It was 283 people red and 79 green. Now, I hate to see that. You know, well, and I'll share the vote right here. How did you do today, green or red? That to me is, I mean, that drives me insane. And you know, I don't want to see anybody get red on the day. But you know what? That's trading. But here's the thing, guys. You know, you have to be studying, and I hope that the 283 of you that answered red are literally spending the rest of today studying, all right? Figure out what you did right. Figure out how you're going to make tomorrow better. Figure out, okay, well, I could have gotten this position better and that position better, and figure out how you're going to create the opportunity for tomorrow to better yourself, because obviously there's a lot of you out there that are hurting today. And no one wants to see someone have a red day. No one wants to see that. You know, everybody wants to see everybody be green. But the thing is, you have to be smart. You have to study. You have to put the time in. You have to put the effort in. You know, something that I was saying a lot today, and it's very true. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be brutally honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. This industry, you cannot be lazy. Okay, I'll say it again. This industry, you cannot be lazy. If you're lazy, you will not last a second, because everybody else that put the time in will take your money. The educated, the smarter people that are trading around you will take your money if you're not smarter than the other person. You have to remember that. Laziness in the stock market is how people lose and make money. Okay? Ask yourself, did you study 4 or 5 hours this weekend on going back and looking at all the previous runners the previous week? Did you go back on FinViz and look at all the stocks that went up and down? Did you go back and look at the gap scanners on trade ideas? Did you go back and look at the trades that you took and see how you could have bettered yourself? Did you go back and maybe study my course? Did you go back and look at all my YouTube videos? Did you go online and look and see, okay, how to learn day trading and study from 5, 7, 8, 10 different people? Right? Did you put the time in? And if you're not, then don't feel bad for yourself. You're just not studying hard enough. You're not putting in the time. You're not allocating enough time for what you should be doing, or not necessarily what you should be doing, but if you're in this industry, you cannot be lazy. All right? And you have to ask yourself that. Ask yourself, right now, are you studying hard enough? Are you putting in the time? Because if you're not, then people will take your money across the market. It's as simple as that. The market will humble you as fast as it will make you successful. Okay? But here's the thing. You have to put the time. No one's going to feel bad for you at the end of the day. No one's going to say, oh, you know what? You know, the thing is, when you're trading, you don't know who's buying Tilray or who's buying SNDL or who's buying Amazon or who's buying Google. You see the stock go up and you see the stock go down. And it's your job to be prepared to get ready to make a move, whether it be long or short, on your setup that works for you. Trade your plan, your process, and your strategy, okay? So put the time in, study. The 85 of you now that are red, go back and spend the time. Don't feel bad for yourself. Don't say, oh, you know, I could be this, and I wish that I was Cam, or I wish that I was this, and I wish that I was that. Guys, I spent 3 years of my career, okay, looking at people who make a living that are doing way better than me. I spent 3 or 4 years. In the very beginning, guys, I lost half my net worth. And then when I started to become profitable, I was making $5, $10, $20 a day. Okay? This doesn't happen overnight. All right? Sure, these crazy P&Ls are insane, right? But it's compounded. It's all the time and the effort that I've put in. Now, it's up to you to do that. And if you don't feel like you can put the time and the effort in, or maybe you can only put 15 minutes a day in every single day. But that 15 minutes every day is better than 0 if you're interested in the markets, right? But anyways, guys, I don't want to rant too long because I want to make the stream about 15 to 17 minutes and we're already 9 minutes through, okay? Figure out your plan, your process, and your strategy. I can teach you guys my strategies and what works for me, but no one could ever trade exactly like me because emotionally and psychologically, those two things are the most underrated and probably the most important thing in stock trading. Everybody can say, oh, I know how to do this stock, and oh, I know all the filings, and I know all this, and people are like, oh, well, I know when to get in and when to get out. You could sound all as smart as you want. You can make all these technical calls or all these filings that you're going to spit at me, but guess what? If you can spit all those filings and all that crazy stuff and sound smart, but the thing is, guys, if you can't emotionally or psychologically handle being in and out, then you will not make it, okay? You can be smart as you want, but if you cannot train yourself to hold on to positions, maybe you're down 30% in your account, but you're very, very confident in your setup. Being able to hold that, or being up 70%, knowing that you might get a 200% payout, being able to hold that is always a fine line between being greedy and taking profit. And that's up to you to study, and build your planning process and your strategy. Let's go ahead and go over it today. Out of the gates, guys, down $166,000. I had 600,000 shares of AMC. Yes, I had confidence, guys. I had confidence, and I bit the bullet. I lost $166,000 on AMC. The couple of reasonings that I liked AMC was because of this. Okay, number one, AMC has been consolidating now for 5 to 7 days. What I've studied and what I found and what I put the time in, again, is I found the stocks that are former parabolics, they usually have 2, maybe 3 bounces on the way down. So we kind of had a bounce there, and this is due for maybe one more bounce, in my opinion. Now, no one ever knows, and no one can ever say exactly what's going to happen. If I could, then I'd be better off than where I'm at. Okay, I cannot predict where things are going to go because I wouldn't lose $160,000 on a trade. So, I really thought this price action and the volume, I had looked at previous days, and to me, which I was right, this is the highest amount of volume we'd seen in this consolidation phase. And you've seen 1 pop and drop, 2 pop and drop. To me, when I started to look at this, we weren't doing the same like up and straight down, up and straight down. We were kind of up and then consolidating in here. Now, I know that this kind of is similar, but to me, it just looked a little different. The price action looked a little different. Time and sales in level 2 looked a little different, and it looked like it was holding a little bit better. And I was wrong. I also thought that the AMC, the news with the buyout of Amazon, was just going to create buying throughout the entire day, and we might close to 7s, 8s, 9s, plus all the shorts that might be in it from the parabolic move, But again, I bit the bullet and I lost. And this thing, if I would have waited up in here, I could have broken even. But then I would have missed out on other things, and emotionally, psychologically, I would have been very well spent managing that kind of position size. So I cut my loss, I recalibrated, and I moved on. I took another loss on SNDL. Not very fun to do that. Loss after loss after 3 losses in a row, right? I took another loss. So right here, I'm down about $182,000, and my head is in the gutter, right? And let's make this clear. I'm down about 18.2% on the account. I realize that now I have about a $2.8 million account. But guys, I just basically do percentages off the $1 million mark. It makes it easy for me to calculate percentages. But I know I need to be set. But I'm just trying to give you guys a rough idea of the percentage that I'm up and down. And it's better than just blabbering out P&L because no one can relate to that. And I don't want to sound like I'm just bragging, oh, look at all these big numbers, because that's not why I'm here. I'm here to teach, and I'm here to motivate, and I'm here to inspire. Hopefully you guys get something out of this type action. Or type, But anyways, Riot. So Riot, I like this one short, and finally I nailed the short 62.72 out 62. Finally starting to build some momentum? No, not at all. I lost about 2/3 of that gain, and now I'm right back where I started. So mentally, I am now in the gutters. Like, I mean, loss after loss after loss. Nice winner to get me kind of wallet padded to kind of get the uptrend going, and slam it right back down to 2/3 of that position that I just made. I lost. Lost again on Riot. Okay, and so right in here, guys, and then I made 7,800 right off the bat, lost 8,300. Okay, so I am literally just, down in the dumps. All right, I make a big loss, a loss, a gain, and then almost lost it all from this gain, and then another loss, and then I make some back, and then I lose it all in this trade. So I'm literally just like drowning right now, and mentally it's a lot. Finally, EBON. EBON is one that I've been waiting on for a while. I know this is a Bitcoin name. I know there's been a lot of hype into Bitcoin. And I see this one setting up. Let's see. Let me see the position that I got. So I got long 1167. Okay, so I was going to try and take some of this dip in here. I saw this thing dip. And then once I saw this candle, I just started adding into a winner. And I ended up with 145,000 shares at a 11.67.8 average. So my average is right here. Basically, my thought was kind of just add into a winner, kind of get myself a decent position. I was trying to add. I didn't want this to break back down. Realistically, the size would have been 1045s to 1070s, where I would have taken big size. I still took size, but once I saw this perk through that low, I was like, okay, I'm just going to add starter. And then it kept going, and I added, and then I ended up, getting that position size at 1167, and basically never looking at red the whole way. My goal was to scale above 12 with a decent sized position, and that's exactly what I did. EBON, $56,849.47, 145,540 shares, 11.67.8 out, 12.069. Liquidity was definitely there, and that's why I like trading that. NBY, saw a little winner on it, a $29,000 winner. EBON, another one, 12.30 in, 13 out. So I started seeing this thing consolidate, started to add in here, and then scaled through the highs. My goal was over 13, and I scaled right at 13. KOSS, so this is where I started to play the parabolic bounce plays. Okay, no, this is VWAP. This purple line is VWAP. It's really all I use. I don't use a ton of indicators. I use time and sale. I use level 2. I use previous resistance and support. I use market trends. I use, daily support levels. I use volume, and I use just what kind of market we're in. Is it a chase market? Is the sector hot? Those kinds of things, and I put that all together. But anyways, and so KOSS, I realized that this was a former runner, and I've been waiting. I explained in my watch list, I said, I'm going to be looking for all the parabolic plays today to do one more bounce play. And I saw this on the scanner, and I chased it. I chased it up here at 1460s. I knew I was chasing it, but I saw it on the scanner, and I thought, you know what, let's chase it and get a little scalp out of it. I don't want to miss any kind of boom to the upside that we could take. And I was in 1460 and immediately out 1599 right in here, okay? I had been waiting for these parabolic bounce plays like AMC, like KOSS, EXPR, and GameStop. Those all kind of ran together. I was waiting on those ones today. So I ended up capitalizing pretty well on it. KOSS in 629. So you notice how I'm taking small size? It's because I don't want to get chopped up in some type of dump or any kind of move that could happen, downside. EXPR, as soon as I saw this on the scanner, I started loading, right? So I saw it right in here, right in here is where I saw it. And I was hoping for a little bit more like towards VWAP, like 246s, 245s. I couldn't get it, so I just chased the hell out of it, unfortunately. And that didn't allow me to get enough as much size as I would have liked. But in 253.5, out 274.2, 126,000 shares, $26,000. So I actually nailed the top on this one. I was scaling up in here. This thing slammed back down. I wish I would have taken some down here and then added more in here. I was risk off because it could have been a better trade. But I always make it better until next time. So KOSS, I took my size on the consolidation. Now, what I told myself in my head was that I wasn't going to chase too much. I wanted to take a little bit of sliver move. I wanted to take a little piece of this front side move. And then I thought, in my mind, on these plays like EXPR and like KOSS, I was going to just add all the dips. Because I felt like I've been waiting for this for a long time. I felt like, these have gone from, $4 to $127. Ton of shorts still in here. Who knows what kind of people are in here and shorted it. It could force them out to cover maybe. And so I'm sure some covered into this move, but then they regretted it, obviously, because it's back down pretty much. But so I told myself on all these plays like EXPR and KOSS, sure, I'll take some of the front size, but the big size and the size that I'm going to take is going to be on the consolidation and on the dip, and I'm going to scale through highs. So I literally just waited for solid dips to try and take some, and I started scaling in 1,000 shares at a time. Took some in here, took some in here, took some in here, took some in there. And just taking pieces of dips. And before you know it, I had a 30,000 share position. 15.53.8. I like that average, especially in this consolidation with that kind of share size. I'm pretty happy with the shares, or the average that I got. The white line is that average right there. So basically, hardly ever under the water. I mean, I was under the water, and it does make me nervous because this could come right back down, and I knew that was a possibility. But my main trade was going to be in the consolidation and breakthrough highs, so I took my trade on with dips, 15.53.8, out 17.38.6. So I started scaling. Literally, you can see, I mean, all I was waiting for was new highs. Now, this, I think I took a little sliver off in here. And then, this could have easily done back down, but I was willing to risk it. I wanted new highs. One more new high over 17.35. Scaled out. My average scale out was 17.38, which is right where that white line. So pretty ecstatic about that trade. I mean, with that kind of size and the kind of, buying the dips and selling the rips, this thing could have very well gone to 20 or very well just dumped back down. You never really know. But so I took the trade there. And a perfect example is UAVS. I'll go over that here in a second. Why I could have made a better trade, but yet those guys on TikTok can join me on YouTube, by the way. Those guys on TikTok can join me on YouTube. Cam the man. YouTube Cam the man. I'm taking too long on this damn stream. I'm giving you guys a lot of ins and outs here, but that's fine. I'm not going to go over the rest because I simply don't have time. But I want to go over Riot, CCIV. I made a nice. I took some winners on CCIV. So all the trades I took on CCIV were winners. So in total, we did about $25,000 long and short. Two big long plays, 62.27 in, 62.76 out, 63.31 in, 63.56 out. Didn't quite nail those plays, but with size, not too disappointed about it. CCIV, a couple of shorts, just wallet patterns. Riot, tried to short, got squeezed out. And UAVS was my big short. UAVS, you can see we did about $141,000 in profit on that name, and I'll explain my thought process and and how I traded it and kind of what I was thinking and so on and so forth really quick. And I do have to head out after this. So UAVS, guys, I believe, as far as I know, I don't really know. I haven't really looked into it. I just play price action. And I just with social media and all that, I believe that EH is a drone play. Can anybody correct me? Is EH a drone play? Anyways. So when I heard that, look at this price action, 38, just boom. Look at that liquidity, guys. This is what we dream for as day traders, guys. Or even multi-day swing traders. I mean, just come on. Like guys, look at this. How many shares went through here? 85,000 shares at about a $39 average, right? I mean, come on, guys. Guys, the possibilities in the stock market is truly, truly endless. Not even to say this thing, if you were shorting on 111 down at, let's get real. This is insane. This is insane, guys. Come on. There's so much opportunity. There's so much liquidity, so much volume every single day, guys. Why don't you be, ask yourself, why don't you be the person shorting this with size and covering into here and making a ton of money? Why isn't that you? Or why aren't you buying it down here and scaling out for a 30, 40% winner? Or why aren't you buying the dip 47 and scaling out here? Guys, put the time in. Look at these setups. Study. These type trades can change your life forever, okay? But you have to put in the time. Look at this, guys. It's just dumb. Look at the liquidity. It's just disgusting. 2.2 million shares on the 5-minute. Guys, look at this. It just fires me up. There's no excuse, guys. The opportunities are out there, okay? And no, I started by losing half my net worth. And no, when I was profitable, I made $5, $10 a day. I've come a long ways. I've been in your guys' shoes. I've lost. I've made small, and now I'm where I'm at. But here's the thing. These right here, you could look at this one setup and grain it in your brain. Literally just look at this. Look at the volume. Just study what's happening. This stuff is priceless. This is the most free education you can ever give yourself. Just do yourself one favor. Go back and look at EH. The next time this happens, which it will eventually, I don't know if it's 5 years, a month, 30 days, 2 days, 50 years. This will happen again. Not exactly the same, but it's the main thesis of a big dump down 60% on the stock, which whiplashes back up. Why don't you be the one that shorts it and longs it? I am still not prepared to take this on the short side. I don't have enough. I haven't studied enough to get myself there. But I can tell you is I've studied enough to get myself on the long side. I played it in here after hours, and I played it in here. And this was a huge trade. This was a 45% trade for me on my 7-figure day yesterday. So, you know, and look at this. The next day after the bounce, you can get a re-short, off risk off highs. I mean, just remember all these setups because you can learn from so much. Okay? I mean, yes, like these this is not easy. 90% of traders fail. And I'm not a financial advisor. Trade your own risk, have a plan, a process, and a strategy. I am just showing you the potential out there, right? And this screen is life-changing green and red candles. That's all it is. Like, you might think, oh, this is just a chart, and wow, this is all kind of crazy, just, okay, it's going down and it's coming up. And guys, in here, people are losing their life savings or making a killing. You're either losing money or you're making money. And you got to study and get yourself in a position to put yourself on that side of making money, right? Giving yourself that edge, right? But you have to always realize, guys, 90% of traders fail, and I'm probably part of the 0.001%. Okay? Anyways, guys. Okay. So, UAVS, I was explaining. So, I'm pretty sure that EH is a drone play. No one really responded to that. So, I kind of had the same mentality going into UAVS. Now, I had this mentality for a while now. Once I saw this move, okay, I started shorting into all these pops. Okay, I ended up with about a 952 average with about UAVS 177,000 shares at a 948 average. So my average was this white line. So obviously, you know, it wasn't fun, and it's not easy to just sit here and be like, okay, well, this could squeeze back up, and I knew very well this could squeeze back up. But I was shorting with confidence because of EH, because the market has been seeing a lot of these big-time, you know, massive runners come on down. And so I just had conviction going into this trade. Now, if it squeezed me out, I could have lost big. I knew that. But I knew the risk that I was putting on. I knew the size that I was getting in. And I was willing to lose basically 50 to, let's say, 5 to 10% on this trade. So, you know, I was willing to stop out. You know, if we got above 10-10, 10-11, 10-12-ish, I was going to stop out there. That would have been a nice chunk of a loss. But I was convicted. And so this was SSR, so I had to take shorts on the ask. And so I just was shorting 10,000 shares at a time throughout this entire move right in here. Because I had a main thesis. My thesis was, okay, big time price action comes back up, comes back down. And right in here, I knew I wanted to get short, okay? It had shown me kind of just seeing this downward move. It was kind of like an EH type move. And also I believe it's the same sector. I'm not 100%, but it's still the same concept. Started to just scale in 10,000 shares at a time. Shorting pops, and ended up with 177K shares. And then covered it up. I started taking some off into the new lows. Took some off. Actually, my first scales were in here. Then I scaled some off in here. And I'm 2/3 of the way out in here. I still have a third left. And I wanted to take the rest off in here, but I thought maybe we could do that huge dump where we get that. Maybe I literally thought we might be able to get potentially $5 or $6 a share, kind of like an EH play. Well, I was wrong. And so I ended up covering. I gave it one more chance to roll over, and once we kind of consolidated it in here, I gave it one more chance to roll over right in here. And then once we started to consolidate right in here, people just wouldn't let it alone, and I could tell the bidders kept coming in stronger and stronger, and to me it started to turn around. I didn't want to take any risks, so I covered the rest in this candle, and luckily I did because after hours were up. I was looking to go flip short and cover my share short and go long, but I needed 6s, maybe 7s to go long. We only got 8-10, so I couldn't get any kind of size comfortability. Not after seeing EH and taking a big time loss on that. You know, I took a big time loss on EH. You know, I mean not big time, but I kept taking loss after loss after loss on the way down, and I paid the price. That's called market tuition. I paid the price to learn what's going on, to figure out what's going on, and then I ended up making a nice killing after hours, and then made back everything and then some by far the next day. So, you know, market tuition is a thing. But anyways, guys, I've been on for 29 minutes, all right? It's way too long. As always, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. Free chat, link description below. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already on TikTok, follow me. Just click that plus button, like the TikTok, and follow me. Those of you guys on TikTok can join me on YouTube Cam the Man. A lot of you guys have asked me what brokerage I'm using. If you're on YouTube, it says brokerage that I use. Click that link. You can check out the brokerage that I use there. Brokers that pays you 2 free stocks. Check that out. Scanners on there as well. I have a course as well. Check that out. Teaches you my strategies on how I trade. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? I appreciate every single one of you guys coming on. I'm Dan Blue. Oh, yeah. Nice. They have news. Yeah. BLU. Good spot, Dan. I'll be on watch on that one. Nice spot on that one, Dan. All right, guys. As always, subscribe to the channel. Please click the icon on the right for making new videos. I hope you guys learned something today. Guys, let's make it better tomorrow. Study. Cheers, team, and go Hawks.